Yo, what's up? Let's roll. A special edition Monday Night Meltdown. A special edition Monday Night Meltdown. As you get a bonus show here this evening, even though I don't have a day off for 113 days, I figured I'd step up here briefly tonight. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how it goes, but I'm not still. I won't be on all fucking night. I know we're on, so I'm sure people will file in unless people are fucking drunk and passed out. So we appreciate those of you that are with us. Oh my God, I just ordered dinner. And I ordered a pizza. Michael's is closed tonight. It's Labor Day. So Michael's was closed today. I ordered from this place, Romano's. They actually were real Italians and shit. So we got, it's like Barstool. We're trying some different pizza here tonight. Extra cheese from Romano's.
Call Pizza Hut now to pick up a large 3-topping pizza for just $7.99. No one out Pizza Hut.
We'll see how it is.
Simply decide how much, how low risk you want to take. So it's just a few clicks. We'll have you invested.
I asked him for red peppers. He said, yeah. No red pepper.
You want college sports? You got college sports. Optimum Extra is adding the ACC network to your TV package at no extra charge on channel 847 with over 40 football games, 150 basketball games, and 250 Olympic sports.
What's up, J. Roth? Cody, Reckless? The dough could be a little bit more cooked. My boy's Michael's is better. Kamara's a stud. Barkley is the number one player, though. I like the New York Giants plus the points against the Cowboys. So 14-14 in this football game. I sort of got crazy and jumped an in-game, which is a stupid thing to do to react that I did. I took the in-game over to bad number. I got Louisville in-game here. I laid Notre Dame plus the points. I got to be honest with you. I actually thought this game was on a neutral fucking field. I only started to clue in a couple minutes before the game. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I thought this shit was in Dallas or fucking something. But Louisville are hanging with these motherfuckers. I should have known. You look at all the games this week. Only Alabama covered. Clemson and Alabama. Barely. Clemson covered by a point. Bama covered by 4 points. Michigan didn't cover. Ohio State didn't cover. What other big teams didn't cover? Army laid 22. They didn't cover. Tennessee lost fucking outright. What's up, Hardy? I was on Memphis, but that fucking over fucked me. I don't want to talk about college football. It's annoying it's even on that. Louisville getting too cocky passing the ball now. You should be running. Third and 7. Wouldn't mind a big play here from Louisville. Let's go. Fuck. Well, it's NFL week, though, at least. Thursday night football. Fuck, if you look downfield, the kid on Notre Dame fell, too. The only problem with the Giants, is Eli Manning. Eli Manning's a fucking quarterback. I don't know what Eli's going to look like. He never really fucking played in the preseason. There was more zip on the ball than there seemed to be last year. Preseason, though, he had all off season to get ready. It's hard to fucking trust Eli. That's the problem. But the Cowboys shouldn't be 7-point favorites. It's hard to trust the Cowboys laying 7 points. Jason Garrett is not a good home favorite. He's been better, though. I'll be honest. He's been better the last few years at this. The Cowboys covered a few times last year. They covered that year with fucking Dak Prescott when they won all those games. He's gotten better. But the Cowboys historically are not a good home favorite. They never have been. The Giants have always played well down there, too. These are fucking points in this game, man. Slow down since I took the in-game over. What is it now? 65.5. I lead with Green Bay this week, too. I liked it better at 3.5. just because of that hook. It'll be a close game. A lot of times points don't matter, but in this game it will. Remember last year they played in the first game of the year, or their first game of the year. And might have been Sunday Night Football. Remember, like, fucking Khalil Mack was his first game with the Bears, and he fucking terrorized Aaron Rodgers in the first half. Oh, fumble. Yeah, if you remember, he terrorized Aaron Rodgers in the first half. Rodgers came back and won the game late. It's one of our Aaron Rodgers' rare, like, good cutbacks. He's beaten the Bears a few he's beaten the Lions a few times, like a Hail Mary or something, but it was all downhill. After the Bears kicked ass, it was all downhill for there. Louisville stuffs them. I lean with the Green Bay Packers in this game, to be honest. Think I like what the Packers is? The Bears don't know what they're going to run. Right? The Packers have a new new coach, new offensive coordinator. Everything's new. And they didn't show anything in the preseason. Aaron Rodgers barely played. You know, they didn't show they didn't show what they're going to do. So the Bears don't really know what to game plan for. You know, it's like if all right, you game plan for Matt LaFleur, who's a new coach. You know, he used to be a quarterback coach with Sean McVay. Then last year he was the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. Except the Titan offense was pretty vanilla because of Marcus Mariota. He's going to be different now that he has Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers bitched because McCarthy's offense wasn't fucking explosive enough or modern enough, so you know that you expect the Packers offense to be pretty up-tempo and modern, right? Different. So I'm just saying, like, usually the Bears can game plan and know exactly what plays Aaron Rodgers is going to do, but they don't know. Plus, the Bears have a new defensive coordinator. Vic Fangio is now the head coach at Denver. Chuck Pagano, the former head coach of the Colts, is the defensive coordinator now with the Bears. And they changed their system a bit. They shook it up. Pagano likes to blitz and shit. Fangio played more man-to-man type stuff, or more zone, I should say. So, could be a little bit of a adjustment period for the Bears defense. I don't really like too many favorites this week in the NFL. I was looking earlier. A good 7-point teaser, because I looked at a money line parlay, but it pays less than what a teaser will. The Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens to beat the Dolphins. The Ravens are 6.5-point favorites. So you take a 7-point teaser, and you get them down to minus a half a point, or they'll be plus half a point. And you take the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 9.5-point favorites. It's going to get up to 10. It'll get up to 10, I don't know when, soon, you know. It's at 9.5 now. That's a big key number for a 7-point teaser right now. Right? You get the fucking Philadelphia Eagles minus 2.5 points at home against the Washington Redskins. The Redskins aren't beating the Eagles at home this week. The Redskins are going to be fucking terrible. Now, the thing is, bad teams can be good in week one. All right? It's week one. They're only playing the other team, so maybe the other team has problems. And you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, too, bad teams, like, have good players, but they don't have a lot of good players. And depth, like, is a problem for them. So in the first couple of weeks, they won't totally suck. I've often said this, but if you look like, you know, if you look at really bad teams over the years, most of the time, they win early in the year. Like, they were talking about Louisville last year. Louisville, like, won 2 of their first 3 games last year and then lost every fucking game. Yeah, I mean, remember the San Francisco 49ers a couple of years ago? They were fucking terrible, man. They were like fucking 2-14 or something. And I remember on Monday Night Football, they beat the Vikings. And the Vikings went like 13-3 that year. One of the games they lost was the first game of the year. You know, the first game of the year, like, a team might not be ready, even if they're better than the other team. So, like, that's one thing you got to be careful of. Like, shitty teams can win in week one. It's like that in all sports. Like, shitty teams can be okay in the first week of the season or a couple of weeks in the NHL. You know what I'm saying? Like, depth is what hurts teams. But with that being stated, I'm looking at these games, and I was looking for a 7-point teaser. To me, that's the best one. Like, as far as winning is concerned. Like, if you think about it, are the Miami Dolphins going to beat the Ravens this week? Ryan Fitzpatrick starts at quarterback. They just traded Kenny Stills. They just traded Tunsil. Like, the Dolphins aren't trying to win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Dolphins, I don't know, man. This coach comes in, gets rid of everyone that's good again. Like, yeah, that's what the Dolphins do all the time. New coach, he gets pissed off. You know, the Stills bitched about the owner. Now he's gone, right? Like, if you're Stills and Tunsil, hey, it's great. Fuck, you ended up fucking on the Houston Texans. You're in a better spot. But if you're a Dolphin player, like, you kind of know, like, geez, man, this team wants to lose, and the coach is a nut job. And Baltimore are fucking good. I just don't see them stopping Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's going to run all over the fucking place on them. And then defensively, Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to get murdered by the Ravens defense. Come on, Louisville. There's been no points in this second fucking quarter, man. God, I hate college football. Total down to 62.5. What's up, Darren Hutton? What's up, Johnny Cash? Eric Leduc? Generally, when I do a 7-point teaser with 2 teams, I like to have both home teams. Or, like, I don't mind, like, road teams if I'm getting a ton of points, but like, we'll have a couple like that. Like, a good example is, like, the Bills. The Bills are playing the Jets. The Bills are getting 3 points. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Bills can win outright, but, you know, it's not a lock. I'd be more comfortable with the Bills plus 10. I play a lot of NFL teasers. Basically, what I learned, look, our 5 contest picks are usually pretty good. Like, even if we don't win in the contest, like the way I've done it, and I've done this for the last 3 years, I really only bet those 5 games. Like, whatever games I have in the contest, those sort of become my 5 bigger bets of the week. And we've never tanked it in the contest. Like, we haven't won. We only won once, you know what I'm saying? But, we're always over 500. So I know now, I've sort of learned my lesson. I know, don't bet everything. Like, focus in on those 5 fucking games, and you'll go 3-2 more than not, and you won't lose money here. You know what I'm saying? I attack it like that. But then also, I lose by a lot of bad beats all the time. Like today, I lost a baseball game with 2 out in the 9th inning, a 3-run home run. 7-0 to score. I have under 9.5. There's 2 guys on. The only way I lose is if they hit a home run. They hit a home run with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Like, I lose a lot all the time really closely. So I found if I take my 5 best bets in the NFL and I tease them, I pretty much will always win. Fuck. It's very rare I don't. It's a little bit of a pussy way to play in a sense, because you're always just sort of going with 2 and you got to set +7. But if you want to make money, like, so I basically say, like, a good example is this week. Like, I like the Giants. They're getting 7. So we bumped the Giants up to 14, right? Because the Giants could lose by 10. Will they lose by 15? If they do, then hey, then we were fucking not wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Will the Giants lose by that much? I don't think so. They could lose by 7. They could lose by 10 or something. You know what I mean? They could be losing by like 3 points or 6 points and a fucking late touchdown. But, we can take the New York Giants plus 14 points and the Buffalo Bills plus 10 points. So we'd have plus 10 with the Bills. The Bills could lose by fucking 10 or less, and then and then at 4 o'clock go into the Giant game at plus 14. That's not a bad combination right there. What's up, Lisa? What's up, Erica? Just eating my Romano's pizza here. New place I've tried. It's okay. Not as good as my boy Michael's across the street, but Michael's was closed today. I've been wanting to try around different places. Total down to 61.5. It's crazy. Before, no one could tackle anybody, and every fucking play, there'd be a touchdown or a big play. Now suddenly, I don't understand. Like, both coaches have gone conservative suddenly. It's pretty annoying. Like, this is the problem with college football I don't like, is the coaches. They're idiots. They really are idiots. It's like watching high school or something. Like, both these coaches, like right now, like Notre Dame, you have Ian fucking, like right now, Notre Dame just keep running the ball up the middle. Like, it has no chance of working, but they keep doing it. I guess this is why, though, because every time he drops back to pass, he gets pressured. Louisville's defense is suddenly banging. I need a fucking touchdown here from anybody before the fucking half here. In-game total down to 59.5. Author John U. Bacon. Cool. Talk about college football. It's fucking NFL week. We're an NFL guest. We got a guy that wrote a book about Harbaugh in Michigan. And I got Joe Lisi tomorrow morning. We need some NFL action. It's NFL week. Or I'll just talk NFL for the first couple hours of the show. Like, this is what I'm talking about. So both teams, like, look, like both teams are just continuously like run, like nothing. I don't understand. Like, both of you were fucking like opening it up and doing crazy shit to start the game. Completely hit the wall. This is a train wreck. I fucking jumped on the in-game pretty good here, too. I'm all over the place. I laid the points with Notre Dame. I have the over, but then I fucking jumped on the in-game over, and then I was like, fuck this. I saw plus 390 for Louisville. I'm like, that's pretty good. Like, as you can see, they're in this game. Like, if Louisville could get a lead, Notre Dame could be in trouble. But, like, what are these plays, fuck? Like, no, what is that? Let me fake a handoff, wait 1 second, and run up the fucking middle into three waiting fucking Notre Dame players. Like, what is this? Like, this is what I bitched about, man. The fucking play calling in college is fucking annoying, man. Like, none of this has any, like, basically the last 20 plays both teams have run. It's like they're not trying. Like, it's like basically both of them said, oh, fuck, you know what? We better make this game stand with the numbers, so let's just fucking waste the next 10 minutes here. Like, I don't, what are they doing? Like, look at this. Notre Dame is saying it's a fumble. Gonna take fucking 20 minutes to figure this out. Looks like a fumble, to be honest. Yeah, so good 7-point teaser. Good 7-point teaser. The Eagles to beat the Redskins by 2.5, and the Ravens just to beat the Dolphins. These fucking refs fucked up. Should have been a Louisville touchdown earlier, actually. It's pretty obvious the ball is out, guys. Like, I don't know. Like, look, his knee's not down. The ball is out. It's a fucking fumble. Like, how long does this fucking take, man? I'm an idiot on my couch here. Fuck. It's a fumble. Well, that's a good point that you just asked about Joe Ranieri, because I just got an email here. By chance, I have my email open. Cam Stewart in for Joe Ranieri. Due to that hurricane. People in New York aren't overly concerned with a hurricane. It's number 8 on Twitter trends. Behind the U.S. Tennis Open, Louisville, Steven Universe, the movie, John Paul Jones, Mike Pence, things we should cancel. Notre Dame football. Chaz, watch this shit, bro. Like, watch this shit. Every play call is bad. Like, every single play, it's like, what are you guys doing? Fuck? You know what I mean? Remember that game the other night with Oregon? The Oregon fucking Ducks, man. And Mario Cristobal. This guy's calling timeouts. He's all nervous. It's like, dude, you had 13 times to win that game. All you had to do was get a damn first down. You couldn't do it. You overthought things. All right, here's Book. He fumbles. It's turning into a shit show. Louisville has the ball. I'm going to lose a shitload on this game. College is killing me. And the thing is, these guys get paid like $6 million a year. Exactly. Like, basically, it's like high school coaches have better play calls. It's like, yeah, let's snap the ball and do a QB draw up the middle. Fuck. Even though it won't work, let's do it anyways. Let's run it fucking sideways and fucking lose 4 yards. Like, it's like I said, the coaching is fucking incompetent, man. You know, the guys that are good, and that's why they're fucking better than everyone. Like, what are like Louisville? Oh, now Louisville fumbled. Are you shitting me? This is football? This is great stuff. like, it's like watching high school. Like, worse. It's like fucking Pop Warner. Well, now Notre Dame's going to get the ball, run it up the middle for a yard. Yeah, great job, guys. Bravo. Fuck. Yeah, really put on a show here for us. That's 3 fumbles in a row. QB keeper. Oh, shot. Yeah, like Dabo Swinney, Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma. Their play calls are good. You know, Lisa and Erica were at the game last night. The Jalen Hurts show. It's funny, all the people that said, oh, their offense won't be the same, you know, take a stay, you can't pass, you can't, it's like, yeah, 500 fucking yards. I remember seeing a poll of quarterbacks, and they had Ian Book, like, ranked real high, this kid from Notre Dame. I don't know, like, not seeing it today with this kid. He looks small. I should have fucking known Louisville would cover this fucking game. Like, I really should have. I knew that they weren't shit this year. I knew that they were pissed off. Like, now Notre Dame gets a penalty. Fucking Notre Dame giving the fucking ball on the 10-yard line. They're going backwards now. Touchdown, Notre Dame. He's fucking, you know what? He was running into the end zone. He would have scored anyways, but he did that little dive with the ball out. It's so stupid. Like, that's a big touchdown. That could, like, break Louisville's back. It'll be interesting to see how Louisville respond to this now in the second half. Like, basically, if Notre Dame gets the next touchdown, suddenly they're up 2, and they could cover suddenly. You know, like, it'll be interesting to see. You got to believe that Notre Dame will be better in the second half than Louisville. Like, Kelly's been around. This is a new coach for Louisville. It's always devastating to get that late score at the end of the half. Goals at the end of the period, etc. Helps the total, though. We needed it to hit the fucking wall. Sell it out, Lisa. What have I said, Jazz, a million times? If you take away the band, you take away the fancy Notre Dame helmet, and you know what I mean? You take away all the pomp and like hype around college football. It's terrible. Not terrible, but sloppy. It's the emotion that makes it good, though, right? You know what I mean? Like the shrieking fans and shit. Like a pro game, you don't hear girls screaming and fucking like sort of chaos. A pro game is just fucking angry dudes. Go fuck yourself. It's more aggressive. You know, like a college basketball arena. Like it's like a high school gym. It has that like drama to it. It's up and down and, you know. What up, Jan Reports? No. This game is more entertaining, at least, than people thought it would be. Louisville, though, Louisville went into a shell for the last 8 minutes for some reason. Like, you know, they started to play not to lose, and you're going to lose that way. They caught Notre Dame off guard by coming out and going for the jugular. Like, Notre Dame thought that Louisville would dance around like they are right now. Instead, Louisville came out throwing bombs and fucking, they got aggressive, and they used their team speed. Louisville has an advantage with their team speed. They're not as good as Notre Dame, obviously, but they have an advantage. Like, Louisville are fucking fast, man. You see when these kids get the ball, they're fucking speed burners. But for some reason, like, you're not using your speed. You just run the ball up the fucking middle every play. I don't understand. Like, the play calling for Louisville. Like, coach, you're going back and forth with Notre Dame. Don't get conservative. You're going to fucking end up losing. You ended up fumbling the ball, running the ball up the fucking middle anyways. Like, just let the kid throw the fucking football. His name is Pass. You believe that? The quarterback from Louisville, his last name is Pass. What's up, Jan Reports? What's up, bro? New win game total is 62.5. We're not going to get that fucking 69.5. No, I think it was college. Now we got to deal with a fucking 2-hour halftime show. This pizza's all right. I'm not saying it's bad. Not cooked enough. Pizza's better in Montreal. They always hear New York pizza, New York pizza. It's all right, but it's not. Even people in New York here say the same thing. That the only good pizza is in Brooklyn or Queens. Sort of like in the boroughs type shit, where the Italians are. Excuse me. Like Manhattan, there's no great pizza. I don't know. I tried. Suppose that place next to the Colbert Theater where we took a picture is good. You know what I mean? Like, dude, across the street from fucking Madison Square Garden, it's Sbarro. They're big on like fucking gourmet pizza here. You know what I mean? Like you go in, like you figure they wouldn't have that. Like you just don't. There's not a lot of that just sort of standard pepperoni pizza on this. There's a lot of pizza places in Manhattan, but they're all like really cheap. Like it's like a battle like of cheap pizzas. So it's like anywhere else, even though it's New York, like the dollar slice fucking places. So there's a place called Two Brothers where it's like two pieces and a Coke for $3 or a drink, 2 pieces of pizza and a drink, or $1 for the slice or whatever, like $1 for each thing. That place is very popular. There's always massive lineups and shit because it's cheap, right? There's a few, like there's a couple of the rivals and it's like, you know, fucking same shit, 2 slices for like a drink for $4. Then there's a few places where it's like fancy type pizza, you know what I mean? With fucking, you know, artichoke or artichoke, but you know, all the different modern type fucking gourmet pizzas and shit. It's like $7 a slice, but it's big, thick stuff, which I don't really like that stuff. Like I said, supposedly all the best pizza places are in Brooklyn. And even like there's a list of like the top 10 pizza places in New York and all that shit. And they basically even that, it's always Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Manhattan is very touristy. There's a lot of diners in Manhattan though, but there's not a lot of pizza places. Maybe it's a rent thing, and I don't know. It's not worth it for them. I don't get it. There's a few good places, though. I'm just stating that it's not like, oh, it's fucking awesome everywhere pizza. It's okay. I find the best thing about New York food is sort of like places like Al's Diner. Like there's Al's. There's a lot of places like that. Around my studio, there's a shitload of them. There's another one, Bread and Butter, it's called. It's fucking good. They charge you by the weight, though. So I did myself in the other day when I went there because I was like, nah, I'll just get whatever I want. So I was mixing shit up. like I got mashed potatoes, but then I was like, yeah, you know what? Let me put some of this Chinese food in this. And I fucking stacked the box. Fuck. It was like fucking $23. It caught me off guard. I learned my lesson. Everyone told me after, they're like, yeah, you gotta watch out, man. You can't fucking at that place. Yeah, I'm nowhere near Bleecker, though. That's the thing. Yeah, I wish I was on Illinois, JN Reports. What's up, Julio? I wish I was on them. Fuck. So that guy bet $110,000 on Illinois in Vegas. He won. Fuck. Central Michigan will cover against Wisconsin. Wisconsin play Michigan next week or in 2 weeks. They play Michigan after. There'll be a fucking letdown. Or not a letdown, they'll look ahead. Central Michigan are good enough to stop them a few times. They'll probably lose by 28. You know what I mean? 32 or something. I think it's a little high. What's the number for the game I'm interested in? There's a couple of good to see you all, man. There's a couple of games I'm interested in, though. The LSU Texas game I'm interested in. I'm sorry to disappoint Erica and Lisa, but I think Texas are going to beat them. Tom Herman is an underdog. It's hard to pass that up. Herman's like a fucking monster against the spread as an underdog, guys. Like monster. I'm talking, 14 and fucking 0 type shit. I think once he didn't cover last year and everyone was surprised. I don't even know. I gotta look it up. Like, what's his record as an underdog? Like he might be fucking 12 and 0 type thing. 13 and 0. 13 and 1 against the spread type shit. Like, giving Tom Herman points, man, like, you have to just take it. Like, you know what I mean? The motherfucker's like the best coach as an underdog in college football. And I think the SEC is overrated. You used to look at the SEC. Missouri lost to fucking Wyoming. Tennessee lost to Georgia fucking Southern. Who else lost? Fuck. They all lost. Auburn was in Alabama and Florida were like the only ones. Florida was like fucking ugly. Tennessee lost. Oh, Georgia won against Vanderbilt, but that was SEC versus SEC. The SEC embarrassed itself pretty good this weekend. 13-2-1. Thanks, Brooks. That's what I'm saying. He's 13-2-1 against the spread as an underdog. It's hard to get in front of that. Joe Burrow lit it up. They're actually talking about this game right now. I didn't even look at the numbers. I've been more into the NFL now because this fucking college shit just pisses me off. But I'm curious. Let me look at the number. I'm curious about that Ohio State game. Ohio State and Cincinnati. That'll be a good one. Michigan minus 23 against Army. Michigan play Wisconsin the following week, but having watched Army this week, holy shit. Oh, the game's in Ohio State, huh? They're sick. I thought it was in Cincinnati for some reason. But you knew Ohio State were too big of pussies to play them in Cincinnati. 16.5 points they're favored by. Cincinnati are pretty good. Going into the horseshoe could be tough, though. Yeah, I was going to say, watching, Michigan and Army. Michigan probably fucks Army up, to be honest. Army was very underwhelming against Rice. It won't be fun for Michigan. It's not going to be fun for their players. Like, it's not going to be fun for Michigan's players to play Army. It's a bitch to deal with them. They run every fucking play. So it challenges you. You know what I'm saying? No players like to get run at. They have to tackle these tough military kids. Even if you're winning by 20, they don't stop and shit. But Army can't throw the ball. So Michigan get a lead, and Army are kind of going to be fucked. And I used to think Harbaugh is the type of guy that would take it easy on a military school, but he actually hasn't. A couple of times he's run the score up on him, actually. If memory serves me correctly, we played Air Force a few years ago, and I thought, he won't run the score up on a military team because he was bigging up the military kids all week about how, they're studs and it's more than just about football. Some coaches won't run the score up on a military team. If they were in the military or their dad or something like that. I see Maryland won 79-0 this week. That's kind of a dickhead move. You're playing against Howard, an all-black college. The coach of Maryland's black, too. He should have done that. He'll pay for that. I'm telling you, all that shit, and it's like the football gods. Every coach knows somebody, too, right? So, I guarantee there's someone in the Big Ten that the coach of Howard is friends with, and I guarantee you, the Big Ten coach told him, don't worry, we'll fuck Maryland up for you. If you're Maryland, really? What's its fucking, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with blowouts if you're playing a rival. You know what I mean? When Ohio State hung 62 on Michigan on us last year, whatever it was. I don't hold it against them, fuck. They hate us. It's a fucking bitter fucking feud. They were able to kill us, and they did, fuck. You know what I mean? I totally get that. But if you're Maryland, you're playing fucking Howard. Really? You're playing Howard, guys. Good for you. You won 79-0. It's bad karma. It's Team Canada. That time they fucking scored 14 goals in that first game. They celebrated and fucking what happened after? They ended up losing. Not as bad as that fuckface at Penn State. Like, he really is the biggest dickhead, that guy. It's funny, too, because I read a lot of this shit, and I was reading a poll of coaches. It was like coaches, anonymously talking, basically, about each other. And it was like best coach, like, who's the best coach in the country? Who's the best coach that gets the most out of the least that he has? Who's the biggest jerk fucking coach? Who's the nicest guy coach? You know what I mean? Like, who's the most respected and nicest guy? And it's an interesting list. And James Franklin was like fucking wins by a landslide every year of being the biggest asshole. Like, no one likes this guy, fuck. Like, every coach, they all say the same thing. They're like, he's a fucking asshole, and he's not even that good of a coach. He gets good players. Like, they all said, let's see what he does without Saquon Barkley. That's what a lot of the fucking coaches were saying. Thing is, though, he was smart enough to get Saquon Barkley, so you can't hold that against him. I think Franklin is a good coach, but when you're passing the ball and you're up by 70 points, you're a fucking asshole. Like, he always does that. Like, he really runs the score up, but like Urban Meyer did that. Urban fucking Meyer ran a fake fucking punt last year. Fuck. What are you there? Ohio State were in the 60s. It was like 60 to fucking 10, and he did a fake punt. Like, are you kidding me? Like I said, it's not like, you're competitive if you're on the field, like, you don't stop. I totally get it. In the pros, it's fine. Run the fucking score up. The thing is, if you're playing one of these teams that you're a fucking cupcake pansy for scheduling in the first place, and then you run the score up on them, it's kind of stupid. That Jeff Reinbold guy in the CFL, he's been a part of a lot of that shit. SMU, Houston, it got like ugly in the old days. The Houston Cougars, guys, the Houston fucking Cougars fucking scored. They tried to get to 100 on SMU. Like, they did not let up, man. Like, I'm talking beyond like the pale type shit. Like, fucking, like, they literally tried to score 100 points. I think they won. I'll look it up in a second here when I get back for like they literally won. I don't know. It was like 95. I think they got to 96. They fell short of 100. But every coach, all right, every coach and pretty much every fucking player that was on the field fucking had to live with that for the rest of their fucking careers. And not the kids that lost. Like, I'm telling you, man, there was like payback like 8 years later and shit in like random games where it was like, why is he doing this? And it turned out, he was on the fucking staff years ago. And you know what I mean? Like, coaches don't forget this shit. Like, I remember Andre Ward talked about it. Like, he even got hit, like, in the NFL about that shit. Somebody brought it up and said, hey, you like running the score up, huh? Like, fucking. All right, second half has started. Louisville get the ball. Zeke Elliott still outside. I thought he was going to sign over the weekend. He'll probably sign before the season starts. They offered him a contract that'll make him the second highest paid running back in the league. Todd Gurley's the highest paid guy, makes 17 mil. Le'Veon Bell makes like fucking 15 and a half or something like that. Louisville starts off with a fumble. I think the kid was down though. They recovered it anyways. He looked like he was down to me. Fucking dumb kid, was wide open too. He's a fucking burner. He was running so fast he fell over. Like the referees spot the ball back. You notice how every call is for Notre Dame? Guys, I'm smoking a spliff here and watch it loosely on TV. It's like, guys, he's fucking down. I casually said he's probably down anyways. Like, he's down. Now we gotta look at this for 10 fucking minutes, fuck. I'm for replay. It's just annoying, when they do it. Like, even Kirk Herbstreit. I like Kirk Herbstreit. But he's like, from this angle and that angle. It's like, guys, just make the call, fuck. Look, he's down. His knee is down. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's down. Like, how many fucking times do you need to look at it? Like, I don't have a problem with replay. My problem is it takes them so long all the time. Like this. It's obvious he's down. This should be one of the deals where the fucking booth just tells the ref right away, he's down, spot the ball, let's go. You know what I mean? Instead, let's talk about it for fucking, whatever. Like, dear God, man. We know he's down. Yeah, thank you, old man. I knew you would get it. Yeah. So, who's that? Jack Hardy? Houston beats SMU 95. Yeah, he did it to Forrest Gregg. This is from the New York Times at the time. Houston's punishing round of SMU's freshman-dominated team by a score of 95-21 severely tested the longtime friendship of Forrest Gregg and Jack Pardee. Houston's quarterback Andre Ware they were 59.5-point favorites. I don't see any reason why they kept going for home runs late in the game like they did. I don't think it's necessary, and I don't appreciate it. They had their second and third team defense in there against second and third quarters. I don't see any reason why they keep sending in fresh receiver to blow by our kids who are obviously tired. I'd never run up the score like that on a group of freshmen and sophomores. If it was an even match, then it's different. See, that's what I said earlier. If it's like Michigan, Ohio State, fuck it. Like, fuck, I'm a Michigan fan. We took it. I take it like a man. I don't even have a problem. If I could run the score up on State, I would too. Fuck, it is what it is. But like Forrest Gregg, may he rest in peace. Or he hadn't died yet. He's always on our show. He's not well. I guess I should be happy they didn't make it to 100. They threw for 771 yards. Fuck. Houston. 771 yards passing. Andre Ware, in the first half, threw for 517 yards. He threw 5 touchdowns in the second quarter alone. Houston, incidentally, is the last major college team to score 100 points. They beat Tulsa 100-6 in 1968. Houston's coach sees no fault. If I had a choice, I wouldn't have gotten 1,000 yards. I didn't want that or 100 points. It's a shame to have to work with freshmen. That's not what college football is about. We're not interested in rubbing it in on anyone. Yeah. Then why did you do it? Houston led 59-14 at the half. Major Harris. I'm reading. It was like the recap for the weekend. It's crazy. Major Harris. West Virginia's Major Harris retired early in a 69-3 rout of Cincinnati. Yeah, the Colts. You got to give credit to the Colts. In an era and in a league in which everyone like they fuck you over because they can. Like the Indianapolis Colts could have fucked over Jacoby Brissett and made him play for $2 million this year. But the thing is, he's a free agent after the year, and they would have lost him, right? So, right, like they're smart. Like it was actually pretty smart of the Indianapolis Colts to do this. It brings stability to the program. It chills everyone out. It makes Jacoby Brissett happy. He gets $20 million guaranteed, $15 million per year over the next 2 years. Dude, Tyrod Taylor makes fucking $15 million a year, you know? Andy Dalton makes $22 million. Like Jacoby Brissett, like earned it. He gets it. He was patient, and he gets rewarded for it. Yeah, like what are the Indianapolis Colts going to do without Jacoby Brissett? They'd be fucking screwed without him. At least now they got a puncher's chance still. Jacoby Brissett is good. They're going to be just fine. They're going to be just fine. Andrew Luck is better than Jacoby Brissett, but ultimately, how much of a drop off will there really be on the offense? It'll be different, you know. They're going to run the ball more. You got to remember that the Indianapolis Colts have probably the best offensive line in football right now. Like Andrew Luck did not get fucking touched in the last 2 years. Since the new GM got there, the old GM got him murdered, and that's why he's beat up like this. But all right, big play for Louisville here, and he pick it up. And Louisville looks refreshed. They're running fast again. Yeah, like imagine if they didn't have Jacoby Brissett, or even if they said, all right, it's not like the Colts are going to be like a fucking high draft pick next year. Like they're going to be in the playoffs, like in the playoff hunt. So they're only going to get a middle of the road draft pick. Jacoby Brissett is good. That's why they kept him. This is why they never traded him. This is why they signed him and everything. Oh, fuck off. He fucking fumbles. Fuck, man. It's just a fumble fest. Fuck. Our total really is falling apart here, man. What is this, the 18th fumble of this game? Every fucking second time these cocksuckers, these kids touch the ball, they drop it. The quarterback has fumbled 3 times. Come on, kid. It's getting old here. At least next Monday Night Football at this time, we'll be watching the Texans and the Saints Monday Night Football, and then it goes into the the Raiders and the Broncos. The thing about Jacoby Brissett is he's big. Fuck, people don't realize how big he is. He's 6'4". He's 240 pounds, 6'4". Like they're gonna run the ball a little bit with him too. They're gonna run like some RPOs and stuff. This game, everyone's just running in this game, no passing. Yeah, I don't know why, old man. I don't know why they didn't make the Jets and the Browns the week 1 game. That's what it was supposed to be. That was when it was leaked. Remember, Odell Beckham leaked it. Odell Beckham fucking said, wow, first Monday Night Football, September 9th. Guess where I'm going? And he didn't say where, but it was New York, right? And of all the leaked games, they were all right except that one. And it would have just made perfect sense because the first ever Monday Night Football game 50 years ago was the Jets and the Browns, right? So it's strange that they did it in week 2. I don't really know why. It's almost like because of the leak, but who cares? Like every other leak game was right. What do you care? It was almost like they were pissed off Odell Beckham leaked it. Fuck. Like Odell Beckham leaked it and Jarvis Landry, and then the guy fucking what's his name? Adams, the safety on the Jets, fucking tweeted about it. He tweeted at Odell Beckham, sort of like a fist, like I'm going to hit you, but with like a smiling emoji. Like that, yeah, we're playing you on Monday Night Football in week 1, and then they moved it to week 2. I think though the problem was, and I don't know if anyone really cared, but it wasn't because of the leak shit. It wasn't because Beckham tweeted it. It was because the Jets were on Monday Night Football last year in the first game of the year. Yeah, you know, whatever. People would have bitched about it for a few minutes. Oh, fucking New York gets on TV, but who cares? Like, yeah, you know what though? They went with a pretty good game though. You can't complain about the Texans and the Saints. I don't know, like there's a method to their madness, right? They must think it'll get higher ratings. I mean, Odell and Baker Mayfield and everything, you figure would get pretty good ratings against the Jets, but you know, I guess they said, fuck it, we're going with the Saints and the Texans. And in the West Coast, they don't really have a choice. Like if you notice, most of the time, the second Monday Night Football game kind of blows. they don't really have like good teams on the West Coast. Like they have the Rams, and truth be told, I don't know why they said put the fucking Rams on Monday Night Football. But the Rams fucking ratings were shit in the Super Bowl, and so were the Patriots. There's like a Patriot fatigue because like normally they open up with the Super Bowl champion on Thursday Night Football, but supposedly the network didn't want to do it. They were like, you know what? People are sick of the Patriots fight. You know, like the season just ended on a boring Patriot game. Then the first game of the year on TV, people are going to see the Patriots again. Like it's just annoying. And I think they basically, you know, there were TV insiders that were like, yeah, there's Patriots fatigue. Fuck, like they went against it. And they could use, oh, it's the 100th anniversary, so we're going to go with the Packers and the Bears. But the Packers and the Bears isn't a great start either, in my opinion. It's okay, but it's only Midwest related. Whatever, it's okay. I'm not going to complain. I don't really give a shit. Start the fucking season already. We're going to have to get tickets to the Bills game. This is unbelievable. Both teams just running the ball constantly. It's fucking annoying, man. Fucking sucks, too. Tickets are going up a bit. Now that the game's getting closer. It's not too bad, but I saw they have in the end zone 2 tickets for like $150 or 160 or something like that. The tickets, jet tickets are more expensive this year than they have been, though. Like, you know, there's hype around the Jets. They've got Le'Veon Bell and fucking Sam Darnold's turning out to be pretty good. There's actually hype around the Jets. At least here in New York, there is. And like I said, I think the Giants. Listen, I'm going to take the Giants +7. I think that Saquon Barkley can pretty much single-handedly fucking cover the spread almost, but it's up to Eli Manning, man. You know? If Eli Manning is fucking doing his little Eli shit where every pass gets batted up in the line of scrimmage and he gets sacked every 2 fucking plays, like if the play calling is bad, we're going to lose the bet. Like you're actually, you know, you're fucking challenged with fucking Eli Manning. So the play calling needs to be impeccable with this fucker out there. 3rd and 17, Louisville back to pass. I don't know why this fucking quarterback on Louisville keeps on throwing the ball in the coverage. Like every fucking play, he throws it to like covered guys all the time. It's like, dude, he's covered. Find someone else. Like he's locked in all the time on him. Like, huh? Notre Dame, listen, the guy's a kid. That should be pass interference, actually. Buddy's there early. All right, Notre Dame probably scores here. Gets up 28-14. This fucking total, what a fucking shit show. And I jumped in game just to make things worse for myself. Ugh. Well, the Patriots are on Sunday Night Football, old man. The Pats are on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers. Pretty good fucking game. What's the total of that game? What's the total of that game? 50.5, too low. I'll have to wait and see what the Daily Roto machine says, but I was thinking about it today. Fuck, you want a good bet? I'll tell you right now. Our famous long field goal prop. I thought about it. Oh, yeah, the Houston Texans and the Saints, that first Monday night game. It'll probably happen on the first drive. Like, it's all the elements that you want, this one. Two teams that can move the ball down the field. Two defenses that can come up with a stop in third down territory. Sean Payton. Will Lutz is like one of the best kickers in the league. Maybe the best kicker in the league. And the guy on Houston, he's not far behind. I got the Houston kicker on a few fantasy teams. The Fairbairn guy, he's not far behind. He was like the third best kicker in the NFL last year. Houston kick a lot of field goals because O'Brien's fucking does stupid shit. The game's indoors, right? It's in the Superdome, perfect weather. The long field goal prop, they're not going to give money away. Most of the time, like it's 43.5, 44.5. They're sort of caught on the last few years. No one ever bet this. I really started that fucking trend with other people moving because, like, before it would never move the yardage. You know what I mean? Now, like, the yardage moves. Fuck, it's pretty crazy. It's like a line move. Like, you know what I mean? Like a fucking long field goal prop could be 44.5, but by the time kickoff comes, it's 46.5 now. Now, I always talk about this prop. I'll tell you, this prop, you got to get it early. Like I remember by last year, basically by like fucking December, November, it was no good, this prop. Yeah, I had to find new ones. They jacked it up. Fuck. I remember by the time the Super Bowl came, it was like 47.5. They got tired. They get tired of losing. Fuck. And I'll tell you about the first game, they won't be ready for. They're not thinking about a long field goal prop bet. They got bigger concerns. You know what I mean? But the Texans and the Saints, the long field goal prop's going to motherfucking hit. It probably hits in the Denver game too. Denver are always kicking long field goals, even on the road. The Raiders, same shit. Gruden's a nut job. I like it in the first game more, though. And like I said, you have two of the best kickers in the league. Two guys that, like, combined had, like, fucking, they had a million fucking 50-yard fucking plus field goals between the two of them. They had a bunch of 50-yard field goals between the two of them. Like I said, I like that bet. I'm going to be hitting that one out of the gate, like $250 or something. Maybe a nickel, but probably $250. FanDuel doesn't have that prop. I'm going to need fucking Bet365 almost exclusively for field goals, really. Like they don't, because I can bet pretty much everything here, but I can't bet that field goal prop. Touchdown Notre Dame. Yeah, it's annoying. I can't bet that field goal prop here. Let's see if they put the props up. Yeah, they wouldn't have, but more wagers on game props. No. FanDuel has a prop. FanDuel has like props on field goals, but it's not long field goal of the game. They have like head-to-head matchup, like which team will have the longest field goal. They have like, you can bet how many field goals will be in the game. They have all the field goal props. They have like generally, every book is a little different, but like I said, they don't have the over-under. They did for the Super Bowl, but they didn't for they generally don't though for most of the like mainstream games. Like they never did. Like they always had, it was annoying. Because I remember a couple of times I bet it. I was like, fuck, all right, I'll take this guy over this guy, and I'd always lose. So I was like, I'm not betting that prop anymore. I asked them last year. Well, listen, I don't have pull there, but they'll listen to me more. At least I can tell them. But I brought it up, and a couple of them were like, yeah, we should have that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they don't. 28-14 now.
designed Humira. We wanted to make the experience better for you. Now there's less pain immediately following injection. We've reduced the size of the needle and removed the citrate blockers. And it has the same effectiveness you know and trust. Humira citrate-free is here. A little change can make a big difference.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, or chronic infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start